Next up on my Steam library, I'm playing Serial Cleaner. Serial Cleaner is a 2D sort of stealth action game. It's a 70s inspired soundtrack and look to it. It's a lot of fat bass and saxophone in the soundtrack, and a lot of moustaches and big collars in the clothing, and the hairdos are very big as well. So it's got a good 70s look to it. You play the cleaner, who is the person charged with coming along after very sloppy mob hits and disposing of the bodies, cleaning up the blood, and getting rid of any evidence that's left behind. Each level is a map, is a puzzle in itself of how you're going to get to the bodies, get the bodies to the body disposal points, which are often your car. You put them in the boot of your car, or there are usually some other environmental body disposal areas on each map, unique to each map. Like you might be able to put them through a tree shredder, or just dispose of them out a window or something like that. But there are usually one or two options for where you can take the bodies to dispose of them. The evidence you can just pick up, and the blood you clean up with your vacuum cleaner. You just press your button and you start hoovering up the blood. You have to do all this while avoiding line of sight of any of the guards or police that are sort of patrolling the area. I guess they're just sort of trying to keep the crime scene intact until the detectives arrive, or something like that. But there's a few guards around, and you have to avoid their line of sight. If you get caught in their line of sight, they will start chasing you. They are faster than you, so they will catch up with you very quickly. But if you're lucky, you might be able to outrun them and sort of just get around a corner, and they might stop looking for you. Or the easiest way for them for you to get them to stop looking for you is for you to jump into a hidey hole. And these are designated around the map as well, specific places that you can hide in. As the maps go on, they get progressively more complex, and they introduce mechanics such as shortcuts, where you go in like one bit and you come out in another area of the map. Things that you can use to make sounds that will distract the guards, get the guards running to the thing that's making the sound. So it might be a TV or a stereo, and they will run to that, and they will stand there for a few seconds, giving you an opportunity to get by where they were standing. If they were not patrolling, if they were just standing still, you needed to get them out of the way. And bits like that. As you go on, the maps get a little bit more complex, and the positions of the bodies kind of get harder, and you have to sort of think about how you're going to get there and how you're going to get out. There's a little bit of story. Each sort of map comes prefixed with you getting the phone call in your house telling you, from your employer where you've got to go, what you've got to do, and a little bit of a context as to what's happened. And when you get there, you can see what's happened to yourself. It's quite a lot of trial and error involved as you start playing, and when you do fail, if you do get caught by a guard, it is a total reset to the beginning of the map. So however many bodies you'd found or disposed of or whatever will be completely reset if you do get caught by a guard. But that's never too bad, because no map is more than a few minutes to complete in total once you know what you're doing. So it's not like you're getting reset back to tons and tons of time of gameplay. So it's not too bad. It can get a little frustrating but when you think about it, you think, oh well, it was only 30 seconds since I last tried it, so it's not too bad. But it just can get you just kind of, oh fuck, you think you get caught and you think, oh, I've got to do all that again. But it doesn't take you very long. It's quite a short game, about 5 hours to complete the main stories, main set of story missions. There's 20 of them, 20 maps to complete. But there is a load of bonus content, bonus missions, and then you can do time trials and stuff like that to try and compete on the leaderboards, to try and complete maps in a shorter time as possible. I'm not really into that sort of thing, but if you are, then that's available to you. And the bonus content, there's quite a bit of bonus content. You have to unlock the bonus content by finding things in the story mode maps. So it kind of wants you to go back and maybe replay a story mode map, and you have to find like specific items. There's different clothes you can unlock for your cleaner as well. You start off in like a 70s kind of suit, but you can unlock other sort of 70s inspired outfits based around sort of pop culture at the time. You can unlock the yellow and black Bruce Lee jumpsuit. You can unlock the sort of white shirt and trousers and bowler hat from Clockwork Orange. So there's quite a few items of clothing to unlock. Again, to do this you've got to find an item somewhere in the story mission maps along the way. So it's quite a cool little game. It's a good bit of fun, if not a short bit of fun, but it is cool. It's definitely got a very nice soundtrack and a very nice look. One thing about it is, like, looking at the map, it's not always obvious where you can, like, what's a solid wall and what isn't, like what will block a guard's line of sight and what won't, or what you can walk through and what you can't. That's kind of what you discover by trial and error. So you might be hiding behind something you think is going to block a guard's line of sight, and it doesn't, and you might have been going round a certain corner or bit of environment that you thought was solid, and then you happen to find out, oh no, I can walk through that. So that's part of the trial and error involved in completing the map, and it does involve a lot of trial and error. You will be getting caught by guards and starting again, but like I say, it's a little bit frustrating, but you can easily get over it when you sort of do start realizing what's the easy way to do it. You'll figure it out. It's not particularly taxing. It's just quite a cool fun little game. Its full price is $11.99, which might be a little bit too expensive, given that it is quite short. It's only like 5-6 hours long for the main mission. I picked it up, I think, in the last Halloween sale for like 90% off. So that sort of price, I mean, that brought it down to, I think, literally like sort of almost a pound less than a pound, or just over a pound. So yeah, that sort of price you can't moan. So if you see it in a sale, if it goes up for 90% off again, definitely grab it. But anything more than sort of 60% off is probably a fairer price for it. If you see it for like a fiver, I'd say $5 or below, it's a pretty good price. And yeah, it's pretty good fun. Serial Cleaner, a cool 70s inspired 2D stealth game.